Hey guys, and welcome back to the last day of the week. Unfortunately, I did something today that I always say I'm not going to do. I kept on trading after that perfect front side setup, and then I ended up really digging myself in a hole, giving back my profits, and yeah, let me just show you guys. Let's go to the monitor tab, and April Fool's whack! Almost $1,000 up on the day. Not too bad. I did leave a bunch of profits on the table, but I did not keep on trading like I say I shouldn't do. So let's go ahead and check out these tickers here we have today. First day of the month, so it's a nice way to start the week, or start the month but end the week. And really what I did today was exactly what I always say I'm going to do. Just keep milking the front side. Unfortunately, I didn't milk it as nearly as hard as I could have. I definitely left a lot of profits on the table. There was a few breakouts I was not part of. But what I did do well is I sized pretty nicely. So the tickers I did win on, or the trades I did win on, I actually made a decent amount of profit. And something we were actually discussing a lot today in the Discord was all about, sizing up, how do you scale, and so on and so forth. So I'll give a little bit of my 2 cents on that when we get to the LGVN, because this was the ticker I pretty much traded all morning. And yeah, this is the one that really, brought it home today. So let's actually start with MULN very quickly here. MULN. And just go to the charts. This one's going to be really quick to talk about because there's really not much to say. This has been a recent runner here. A lot of resistance around 3.6 or so. Today is a bit of a pullback day. It's not really doing much of anything. I was kind of watching this ticker. Just, let's just go to the 1 minute really fast. Pre-market, we had a nice break back above VWAP. I actually ended up trading this one, but just a really small size as a test, and I took profits really quickly. I wasn't thinking we're going to get much out of MULM. I don't know. Maybe it was the volume. Maybe it was the fact of the chart pattern today. I just didn't feel it. I didn't feel that power behind it, so I just kind of stopped trading it and kind of fizzled out. Not really the best strategy to go off of feelings. Remember, as a day trader, we're not here to try to predict the market. All we're doing is following the market. So technically, I didn't really trade MULN that well, but I kind of felt like it wasn't really a ticker to be focused on. And then we had HUSN pop up. This has been a ticker we've been seeing a lot lately, so no major surprise here with HUSN that it's, I traded it today. It's been quite active these last few days, just kind of always popping up and then kind of selling off again, popping up, selling off again. I think I have a few more trades on in my other account, but it's not so important. Let's see, diversified company here. Down here, just shares outstanding, around 4 million shares outstanding and 10 million market cap. That's really what I like to see. Looks like there's some catalysts coming out, but I wasn't so focused on that, like you guys know. Then we had a nice little front side move here, a good quick pop. It was like 48% or so, close to 50. But you could see it didn't really sustain that so well. So we had like one major pullback here and another major pullback that eventually failed and didn't really amount to anything. Unfortunately, it looks like my trades aren't popping up. All right, so TOS kind of was really laggy right now. I just restarted it, but still the trades aren't showing up. Anyway, I looked it up, and basically what I traded was in this area right here, classic front side. I was basically buying into this breakout. I bought into this pullback and sold into this rip. I actually did a pretty good job on it. The problem was this ticker was really lacking volume. It was doing like 100,000 shares per minute. On a roughly $3 stock. That's really not that much, so I never really sized up onto it so much, and I did get so aggressive, so I didn't hold my winners so long. But still, I was able to wrap up some profits on HUSN, so I'm not really too disappointed with that. If we just go to the IRA account, and you can see I'm up $200 on that one. It was nice because first I had MULN, kind of sketchy ticker, then HUSN pops up a little bit better, and I was able to milk it pretty well. And then we finally have LGVN pop up here. So this is the one that really gets much more exciting for me personally. Let's go to it, LGVN, and I'm up 691 on it. I really think I could have done a lot better, but I'll tell you why I stopped trading this ticker as well as how I ended up trading it and why I ended up actually sizing as well. So this ticker is on an overall big backside. It had a really nice dead cat bounce potentially here. There's still going to be a lot of back holders in this ticker. A lot of people bought this over 20 and are probably holding it still then. So maybe they're waiting for this ticker to get a little bit closer. Either way, there's tons of sellers in this ticker, and you could really feel it. Every now and then it would pop up and just get smashed back down. And actually on one of those smashes, one of the first main smashes is when I stopped trading it, and I think it was a really good idea. really goes with the philosophy that I've been talking about a lot this week of basically trade a ticker until it's proven not to be on its front side. So biotech here, 21 million shares outstanding, and then 288 million market cap. So a little bit on the high end, specifically with the market cap. I would like to see that below 100 usually. Shares outstanding are totally fine. Biotech, classic, and let's see what kind of catalyst it's up on. It came out with some news, I think a couple of days ago, some study came out. Then also price target increase today, which I don't really care about that catalyst. And I don't really care about catalyst really much at all, as long as, you know, there is something. That's what I like to see. So LGVN was yesterday's big winner. We traded it here. I stopped trading usually around 10. Sometimes I'll trade to 11. So I didn't really get any of this. I wasn't watching the tickers. And then again, today, really nice front side move that we were able to milk very well. And somewhere in this area it had the big flush. I think it was here, and that's when I stopped trading it. Let's go to the 1 minute and see a little bit more how I traded this one. And again, for reference, we have the 5 minute over here and the daily over here, and then we got the 1 minute here at the top. So this ticker was really nice in the beginning. And at the beginning, I didn't really trust it because look at this volume. It was pretty much non-existent. I mean, this is really, really low volume. Usually, I mean, if it was over 100,000 per 1 minute at a $13 stock, that's a little bit better. That's like getting kind of nice. But at this point, you know, below 50,000, I really thought these were like total dud moves where it's going to sell off again. So I traded with pretty small size. Got some of this move, but I missed this, you know, pullback and breakout. I missed this one. I actually ended up buying this one really high. Look at that breakout. I buy at 13.75. That was right at the top. And I was looking for continuation because as a momentum day trader, gap and go momentum trader, what you're doing, you're not really buying low, you're selling high and selling high. What you're doing is you're typically buying high with the intent of selling higher. It's a little bit of a philosophy change compared to, you know, what you're told your whole life. So that's exactly what happened here. I bought the high here with the intent of it going higher, and I sold near this 14 resistance zone. I sold at 13.97 because there was big resistance on the daily at 14 right here. So that's why I was selling here. Sorry about that. Then it actually pulls back. And this is quite interesting. I made a flag pattern here. This is a bit of an ascending wedge, which typically do break to the downside. This one breaks up, very bullish, pulls back to that breakout point, and then breaks out again. So I messed this one up by not trading this move. This was like an 8% breakout right here. And this, oh no, 2%. Sorry. It was a different move I was thinking about in my head. But this was a pretty nice move, around 3%. Not like the fastest rate of change, but with this ticker, it was very possible to really size up into at this point. I just felt like there was good shares being traded right here. Ultimately, there really wasn't if you look at the volume, but I definitely could have sized into this one more. Now, eventually, we had a really good breakout of 14, and this is really where I fumbled. This move was really, really nice, and I should have got a lot more aggressive on this one. I actually, let's go here to the 8. Yeah, this is a big 5 minute breakout. I should have been jumping on this like no tomorrow. Now, I think I did jump on it a little bit, but just with small size, and I took profits really quickly. And then I bought into this pullback, again, closing really fast, and I missed this breakout. This was probably one of the best breakouts in the day that I missed. So shame on me for that. I could have really done well if I think I edged into this one. Everything was lining up for this move. And here, we're finally getting better volume as well. So this ticker is all of a sudden, it's in play. The market has been a little bit better. Not so much the overall market. Well, actually, the overall market has been better as well. But small caps in general have been getting a lot more attention. So at this point, I should have woken up a little bit more than I was. So I'm a little bit, you know, butthurt that I missed this move. I mean, this was a really nice move that I could have really milked, and actually crawls up a little bit more. Here, I'm scalping. I'm still chasing. You could tell, like, I'm not totally in the flow. I'm not trading as good as I should be because this is clearly on a front side move and I'm not milking it. So it's a little frustrating. And I think at this point, I realized that. I'm like, oh man, all the stars are aligning. I need to get aggressive. I need to start sizing up, right? I keep talking about sizing up when the market does a little bit better, when there's good opportunities, when there's A+ setups. And at this point, I'm like, what am I doing? These are A+ setups right in front of my eyes, and I'm not sizing up, and I'm being late. I'm not, you know, getting aggressive enough. I was way too conservative. I think I had my limit order somewhere here. I was like, oh, let me see if it goes down just a little bit more. Who cares if you get a 1 or 2 cents, a little bit better entry? This is a front side aggressive move. You want to be doing what I did here, buying high. This was actually one of my better trades on this one early on, just because I got aggressive. You know, it's that simple. So now it keeps crawling up here, pulls back, pulls back, pulls back. We're in this 5 minute pullback right now. There's a really big support right around like 1440 in that area. So this is an interesting spot. And then it breaks out here, and this is when I knew I should be getting aggressive. I bought into this pullback, not enough size, but I'm, you know, at this point I'm trading it more actively, and now I'm finally sizing up a little bit more again. waiting for a continuation. I take nice profits on that one. It actually continues crawling though, so you see I'm still too conservative. I'm not getting aggressive enough on this ticker. Pulls back again, I'm buying, selling into that breakout. I think it continues breaking out. No, here it pulls back a little bit, and this is where I'm like, this is a perfect setup. This is the perfect setup right now. Why? We're on a 9 EMA front side move. We're the 5 minutes on the front side. Good volume overall. Let's go. There's no reason for this not to continue until it proves not to continue, right? So I should be really sizing up on this one, taking advantage of this, and that's exactly what I did here. It pops up. The problem was it faded and it didn't have that continuation. So at this point, I was up quite nicely because of this size was pretty big. I mean, this is like a $15,000 position size, maybe a little bit more. And I was up like 4% or so at one point on it. And yeah, that's pretty good. We're talking like $600. That's pretty much all my profits on LGVN was already in this little attempt to break out. But I made that pretty much here, and at this point I'm more or less break even on it. And then I kind of closed for a scratch on it. I'm like, oh, that was kind of annoying. We didn't get that breakout. I try again here, looking for a breakout, take some quick profits. And I think at this one, oh, you know what I did here? I wasn't able to fully scale out. So at this one, I rebought, looked for that breakout. It pulled back again, and I closed. So, and then eventually has this kind of move. But yeah, at this point, I was a little bit nervous because we did eventually break that at that front side pattern here. So that's why I didn't trade this area. I could have maybe got to get more aggressive on this one. So this one I could have maybe traded, but once this failed, that would have been a big sign to walk away. Now, yeah, if we had a good breakout here, at one point, I think my total size on one of the trades was like 1,500 shares. So that's like a $22,000 position size. So if we did have that break of 16, today could have been one of my bigger green days. And yeah, it's that easy. So it's like, once you start noticing the ticker is strong, you really want to be sizing up. What my problem was today is I didn't size up soon enough. I didn't get aggressive soon enough. And it's pretty much that simple. I needed to wake up a little bit more. But, Fridays are typically not my best performing days. So I think that was in my mind as well. I just had all these kind of like beliefs that were holding me back maybe a little bit today. But hey, it's still one of my better days of the week. So I can't complain too much. And actually, if you scroll forward here, look at that. I didn't trade this ticker anymore. And a big reason for that is really here, it was getting really choppy. We had like these kind of fake outs. And then in this area, we had a big volume breakout and then flushed again. At this point, I wrote in the Discord, like, this changes the mindset of traders. The volume, notice how the volume died here. It's because when people like me, for example, a momentum trader, sees this, I notice that was the obstacle in the way of LGVN. That was the sellers. That was the shift of momentum. That was the flush that shifted people's mindsets. Now LGVN, people are trading this scared. Now everyone's looking to the left. Last time it was this high, it flushed, 5%, and that could really be devastating for you. Nowhere here did it do something like that. It had, pullbacks that were maybe like equally as strong, but there were slow, controlled, healthy pullbacks. This is not a healthy pullback right here. And that's, that was like the nail in the coffin for me. I even wrote in the Discord, I put a GIF of like people carrying a coffin and then another GIF of people nailing the coffin, because that's what this candle was to me. And then, yeah, there was some attempts at the market open, but look how hectic this is. Right here, and this is a 12% flush. that could be devastating. On the 5 minute, it looks just as bad. So yeah, once you start seeing stuff like this, people are looking to their left. People are noticing, oh, this is getting really, really sketchy. I'm going to stop trading it. And it looks like today I wasn't the only one that had those fears. Now on the daily, this is actually still a pretty healthy candle. Good momentum here. I wouldn't be surprised if maybe we had some sort of pullback to here, maybe even with the 9 EMA coming up a little bit over the next 1 or 2 or 3 days, maybe even a week or so, finding some support, and then trying for another attempt here, maybe to 20 or so, where there's a really big support zone. So maybe we're going to see a move like that. Who knows? It could be in a week. It could be on Monday. You just don't really know what's going to happen. I'm not going to try to predict anything. Like I said in the beginning of this video, we're day traders. We are not here to try to predict what's going to happen. We are simply following the trend, and it's really that simple. Once like that really clicked with me, it's helped me become a better trader. I reduced a lot of fluff. For example, like backside trading for me for the last 8 months has been net negative. because a lot of the backside trading is, well, it's a negative risk reward, right? You're basically trading these sell-offs, looking for these quick bounces, and you're taking some quick profits, but you're always risking those big flushes. Or you can be, you know, a backside trader looking for those reversals. But again, that's all very predictive trading, and it's just not very favorable trading. So here, all I did was I rode the trend. My problem was I didn't ride the trend hard enough, early enough. That was weird. So yeah, basically, really good frontside action here. I should have traded this more aggressive. I should have really leaned into this one. I should have leaned into this one. I should have been, you know, buying all into this area. I did well here, trading this breakout. And then I did well here too. I really have no regrets how I traded the end. I think the end in the beginning was good. I don't know why I traded the middle so poorly, but yeah, is what it is. And you know, I think I'm happy to end the week here on a, you know, $900 green day. Not a bad start to the month. So yeah, that's all from me today, guys. I hope you enjoyed and I hope you learned something. Don't forget to drop a like on the way out if you did. Have a great weekend, guys, and I will see you then back first thing Monday morning. Like always, guys, stay safe and make some awesome trades. Ciao, ciao.